Hey guys, welcome to my review of Tales of Arise. Alright, so to make this review smooth, I have decided to put this game into three categories. Alright, to review this game in three categories, that is, one is the graphic, second is the plot, three is the battle mechanics. Don't worry about the plot, I will not give you guys any spoilers. Alright. First, let's talk about the graphic, the battle graphic. Oh my, I just ran out of vocabulary there. It's so good. I would say it is one of the best among all the Tales games. Okay, I have played Berseria and Vesperia back to back before playing this one. I would say it has done so much better. All right, it has done so much better in this game, at least. And I would say the cutscenes, right? Cutscenes, hands down, the best in the Tales games. They didn't let me down anywhere at all in the cutscenes. The 3D cutscenes are absolutely beautifully done. The anime cutscenes, though, it's anime cutscenes. It's here and there. I think there's like I'm in the post game. I've got like 4 anime cutscenes so far. I would say overall the graphics are pretty great. I'm using a very medium end. It's not high, it's not low end PC. It's just a very medium end PC. And I would say there wasn't a time where the frame rate dropped in any battles or any cutscenes at all. It was so well done. This game, I feel like the developers really put so much effort in the graphics so that the players can really enjoy. I can really see the effort. Okay. Now let's go to the second one, which is the plot of the game. All right. I'm just gonna compare with Berseria and Vesperia, because those are the previous rendition of the game. Okay. The game plot is good. I wouldn't say amazing. The game plot is good. It is well written. One thing missing in this game, which all the other Tales game has presented, is when how they portray the antagonists of the game. Usually, when a Tales game shows the antagonist, they will show from how much you want to beat the living shit out of the antagonist at the end of the game. But in this game, it just feels the antagonists are just there for the plot and the progression of the characters. The antagonist, I mean the protagonist, to grow. That is it. After you beat the bosses, you just feel like, huh? It just feels like a One Punch Man villain that just gets one punch, and that's it. You just move on. You just move on with the plot. It just feels like, okay, but let me just say, aside from the antagonist, the real investment comes into the protagonist, I would say. I see why they did that, because there is so much development in the protagonist's dialogues throughout the game. You can watch them in the cutscenes in the camp or while walking on the field. R1 for the PS players, PlayStation players. I think RB for the Xbox players. I'm not really sure about that. Okay, yeah, RB, yes, RB. I would say they invested more on character progressions of the protagonist. Actually, it is not bad. It wasn't cringy, it's not over the top, it was actually good. I was invested to see these characters grow. I don't usually laugh at a skit, but there was this one skit, right? When Alphen cooks. Okay, it's not a spoiler or anything, it's just that when Alphen cooks his specialty dish, there is it was actually funny. I did crack up a laugh. I was like, oh shit, this is actually good. But when you actually play the game, you will actually see the scene. You actually need that food for a certain skill panel to unlock, which I'll be talking later. So I would say that's it about the plot. Now let's go to the battle mechanics. All right, this is the reason why a lot of people play the Tales games. If you're new to the series, sometimes it's going to be a little bit unforgiving. If you're not good at dodging or blocking, it's going to be a little bit unforgiving. You need to stock up on your healings items, so that you can you sometimes you feel like, oh my god, I'm using so much. Don't beat yourself too much. If you're not good, is that's the thing, you're not good. You can get better throughout the story. For me, I would say I'm the absolute worst. I would, some of the boss battles, I would see that my whole team died. I ran out of healing items, and I am just trying to dodge and just one hit and run, and I actually won one of the, but I didn't pre-record it, so I thought I want to record the how to say, the new game plus and post it. So I didn't record the game. It was so funny. I only had Alphen alive. I would say that's, hopefully nobody gets to see that. Okay. Other than that, the battle mechanics actually forces you to learn some of the battle mechanics in the game. It's something that they have done in all the previous Tales game, and they still continue to do that. I would say I appreciate that thing that they force you to learn, because if you miss that, you miss the whole game plot. I mean, a way to play it. So the battle mechanics in the game, that they allow you to not take any damage, the enemy not take damage, and you can just go and learn it. It's actually pretty good. You will learn a lot of game mechanics. Okay, that is, the mechanics is what makes the game more colorful, I would say. All right. I mean, without spoiling you too much, that is it about the Tales of Arise game review. I would give this game, comparing it to the previous games of Tales games, okay, I would say this is a show pickup, a must-have for Tales fans. If you're not a Tales fan, this is not a must-have game, but it is a worth-have game. Like, if you're gonna purchase it, it's gonna worth your time. It has so many things going on, from character progressions to farming materials to, oh, I forgot to talk about one thing I really hated about the game. It actually made me want to drop the game. Okay, this is the last thing I'll talk about before I end my review. It's the fishing. I hate fishing in this game. I hate it so much. I don't know what it is. I just hate it. But as you progress, you get better fishing lure and fishing rod. The game do become a little bit easier. But in the beginning, it gave me PTSD, because I would say the oh shit, okay, even when you're fishing, it feels like a boss battle. All right, I just don't know why. If the soundtrack changes and stuff, it's like you are not fishing, you're catching a boss fish every time you catch a fish. And I don't know why, I just hated fishing in this game. And talking about soundtrack, I'm so sorry putting it this way back. The soundtrack of the game is such a banger. I would say, oh my god. I think next time I'll put a review just for the soundtrack. The soundtrack is so well done. There's not a time where I feel like the soundtrack was dull. Sometimes the soundtrack is just so mellow enough for you to give an ease of a walkthrough through the game. It is well made. Top notch. This is a top notch Tales games. A must get if you're a Tales fan. If you're not a Tales fan, it is still worth your money from how much the game has to offer you. This game has done justice from all the other previous Tales games. They didn't mess up anything, for me at least. Yeah, that's it. Enjoy the game once you get it, or if you guys already got it and I mess up on some of the reviews, you feel like, hey bro, you messed up, you want to get your butt cheeks clapped, huh? If you feel like that, you can go ahead, comment down below. I would actually be happy to hear you guys out. Other than that, there is a link to my Twitch, my TikTok, and so on. I've not posted much yet, but you guys can give me a follow there, so we can grow as a community together. And yeah, that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys on the next review.